So I've been using the Galaxy S23 Ultra ever since it dropped back in February, and needless to say, I love this phone. But does that mean it's perfect? No, but it certainly comes way closer than every phone I've used in the past. You see, on paper, you can call the S23 Ultra an iterative upgrade because you won't see many changes here. I mean, the design is basically the same, and even the internal components are the usual year-over-year upgrades. But when you actually start using the phone, you'll realize that this isn't just an annual refresh, but perhaps the biggest upgrade the Ultra phone got in recent years. Let's start with what I absolutely love about this phone. The biggest surprise this phone offers is the battery life. As an Android user, I'll admit it. I used to be low-key envious of Apple users and the amazing battery life they get with their phones. When I got the iPhone 14 Pro Max last year, I was surprised that I was getting more than 2 days of battery life, where it was just a little more than a day on my S22 Ultra at that time. Although I'm not a huge fan of Apple, the fact was Apple was in its own league when it came to battery life. That however changed with the S23 Ultra. Not only is it way better than the S22 Ultra, but it's on par with the 14 Pro Max. Earlier, whenever I used to go out for a full day, I used to be very cautious with how I used the phone, especially when I knew that I wouldn't get to charge the phone in the middle. But with the S23 Ultra, I don't care because I know no matter how heavily I use it, it's gonna last me an entire day, and that makes a world of difference. By the way, if you want me to make a tutorial on how to make your phone look like this, plus if you want the wallpapers that I use for free, just let me know by hitting the like button. I'll make the video once it crosses 3,000 likes. The second big upgrade this phone offers is with the performance and overall fluidity. Phones these days have gotten so much better that it's hard to tell the difference, especially in performance. But you can actually feel the difference with this phone. It can handle anything you throw at it and it doesn't stutter at all. Speaking of stuttering, Twitter used to stutter quite a lot on the S22 Ultra, but not on this phone. And it's not just Twitter, you take any app and this phone handles it with ease while giving you the best experience. Another great thing about this phone is the thermals. I don't even remember when's the last time this phone got hot. You see, I'm not a mobile gamer, I prefer to play games on PC instead. But I do occasional gaming on the phone and this phone just doesn't get hot. Of course, if you push it to its extreme, it will, but it remains significantly cooler than the S22 Ultra and even the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Samsung just nailed it with the thermals on this phone. In case you don't know, Samsung Discover sale is going on right now and the company is offering up to a whopping 81% off on the S23 Ultra. There are other crazy offers too. If you're interested, the link to the offer is in the description. Coming back to the phone, the outdoor viewing is not a problem at all because of the crazy brightness. Even though on paper it's not as bright as the latest iPhone, but honestly, in real life, you can't even tell the difference. The colors and contrast are on point. There's nothing you can complain about the display, and it's a visual treat to watch content on this phone. By the way, here's an interesting thing that happened to me with this phone. I accidentally tested the durability of this handset. You see, the S23 Ultra has the latest Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection that offers twice the shatter resistance as last year. One day while I was getting out of my car, the phone slipped out of my pocket and dropped face up on the road. And surprisingly, the phone survived. There wasn't a single scratch on the glass, nor there was any dent on the frame. But when I flipped the phone over, I saw that one of the camera lens broke. Not only the camera ring took quite a beating, but there was a hairline crack on the periscope zoom lens. Surprisingly, it didn't affect the quality of images with the lens. But yeah, doesn't matter how strong the glass is, it's always safer to invest in a case because
glass is glass and glass can.
Speaking of camera, is another big upgrade this phone offers. On paper, Samsung has only upgraded the main camera to 200 megapixels while keeping everything else the same. But this phone offers a significant improvement with every camera thanks to a great optimization and better ISP. There's no bad photo you can take with this phone. The photos coming out looks absolutely amazing, and that holds true for videos as well. It produces bright, vibrant videos which look pleasing to the eyes. Interestingly, as you can see in this video, the S23 Ultra produces warmer colors and is a bit sharper, whereas the 14 Pro Max is cooler and is not as sharp. Personally, I prefer the video from the 14 Pro Max here, but what I've noticed is that it depends on the scene. Sometimes the 14 Pro Max takes better videos and sometimes the S23 Ultra. There's not like a single better phone for video recording, it all depends on the scene to be honest. Now coming to things I didn't like. First, the color. I don't know what I was thinking when I picked this color. It's too bright and it only looks good in the video. In real life, it's way too bright and not my type. The second is thickness. It feels a little bulkier in hand compared to the S22 Ultra, even though they both have the same thickness. And that has to do with the frame and the display curve. They made the side frame thicker while making the display curve less aggressive. I'm a huge fan of curved displays, so I didn't like what they did here. But the upside is the phone feels solid in the hand. It doesn't feel like it's gonna slip, which I felt sometime with the S22 Ultra. Another thing Samsung needs to improve is the charging speed. While 45 watts is good, it's nowhere near the competition. Is it a deal breaker? No, but I think Samsung should at least offer 65 watts with their future phones. So overall, the S23 Ultra is an amazing phone. Sure, it's not perfect, but it's the only phone so far that came this close. If you liked the review, do hit the like button, it helps the channel a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.